There we go. Hello, everyone, to people just joining, to people who have been waiting, and to everyone watching things back on the VOD, whether it's here on Twitch or on YouTube, depending on when you're watching this. Welcome back to another stream, and welcome back to Game Dev Sunday. It's been a while. It's been about 2 weeks. Well, I say it's been about 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks exactly since the last time I streamed. Now, I am alive, yes. If you weren't here for that stream, then you probably didn't hear about stuff. But if you were and did not, or you don't remember, I took a break from streams last week to sort of, just for the sake of having a break. I've been going pretty much non-stop for like the longest time. I needed to just have a bit of a breather from streams, be able to do a bit more stuff, and also try and focus on kind of restructuring things as I go forward, because of starting an online master's course, and with the workload that involves, because if you know me personally, and by know me personally, I mean know me personally during my time at university, then you would know that a lot of my time was taken up by doing my coursework and such, and because of that, I just had no time to stream. I would stream every so often during those days, and that was in the situation of I have multiple modules to do every single term. So, yeah, no, there was really not too much time to stream way back when, between literally everything else I had to do aside from my coursework and my assignments and lectures and stuff. Comparatively speaking, I should probably also find some music too. I've been trying to do that. And I think I have something. But yes, comparatively speaking, rather than like multiple modules a term, I just have the one module like per block, going through them all sequentially and all that jazz. If I ever so wanted to, I can just take on more than one, but it is recommended to just, take it easy, don't overwork yourself and whatnot. So I'm doing that, bit by bit. Though, I myself personally am still trying to find the fine points of stuff, because, well, here's the thing. My plan for streams going forward, so I have something kind of in mind already, but, it's just testing the waters to see how that does. So what's supposed to happen is that I'm supposed to have lectures every 2 weeks, and my plan was, during the weeks where I have no lectures, I do 2 streams a week. And during the weeks where I have a lecture, I will do 1 stream a week. Except for maybe possibly the Christmas holidays, because I still get the Christmas holidays with this course. So maybe during the Christmas holidays I stream a little bit more and do things like that. I could possibly do that. However, this week was originally supposed to be the week where I didn't have a lecture, but because my lecturer was ill last week, that had to be rescheduled to this week. And in the coming week, I still have the lecture that is scheduled for that week, just in general. So I'm not going to be able to get, like, a week of 2 streams in until the following week, which is a bit, it's a bit concerning, but at the same time, it can't be helped if lecturers are ill and whatnot. But all in all, I am enjoying the course content and whatnot, because it's a general computer science masters, but I'm doing it for 2 reasons. One, it will help sort of reinforce my background with the games development and whatnot, because I already have a bachelor's for games development. But also, in the event that I ever need to sort of go into, say, any adjacent field, before I could probably move into games development, like, as a proper job, if if trying to become an indie doesn't fully pan out, then I'll be able to do that. So it's essentially covering my bases. But yes, enough about what's been going on with my education and all that, because, you know, that's not why you're here, though I don't mind talking about bits here or there. So, in terms of what we got done the last time, we got through a fair bit of the dialogue system. We essentially finished laying out the basic structure for the dialogue UI, how it essentially is like, oh yeah, we have two little versions of it. There's the one for when the NPC is talking, and the one for when the player is prompted to make a response, and that toggles on or off depending on this enumerator right here. And that basically, if it's speak, then oh yeah, well, it's in the widget. It's in the widget, I believe. Widgets, dialogue, WBP. Oh yeah, it was this one. In the time you were gone, I got to fill a bucket. Oh, right. Okay, okay. Okay, so TP dialogue box. Yeah. Okay, I found it. So, and that depends on this method being called, which is the dialogue state. Now, from my memory, in dialogue speak, I have some questions. I wish I could answer them. And unfortunately, Nick is not here right now, so he cannot answer them either. I suspect he'll be here soon. But yes, no. Speak is on the widget blueprint, which sets the text. Reply, you know, gets whatever replies are, you know, passed in from, like, the eventual task that's made. In the BT dialogue speak, somewhere the dialogue state is set. However, next part that needs to happen is... Yes, I remember now. I remember where I got up to towards literal the end of last stream. And that was me trying to figure out... Because one of the things that needs to happen, because of how this dialogue system works, is I need to be able to, like, run the behavior tree, run the blackboard, so on and so forth. Now, I was looking, like, just before stream, I was looking into the enemy script and the enemy controller script, because I couldn't remember which one had, like, initializing the blackboard. It was this one right here, the enemy controller. And what initialize blackboard does is that it requires, like, one, it requires, well, a blackboard component anyway. And two, it requires, like, one, it requires a blackboard component to run this method off of in the first place. And two, in order for this method to actually, you know, initialize any blackboard, which is what we need to do in order to actually properly track things within the behavior trees, we need to pass in blackboard data. Yeah. So we essentially need to get the blackboard data that's being handled by this behavior tree. So but I am probably going to have to look into these things as well, just to sort of refresh my memory on things, because it's been a while since I, like, properly set up the enemy AI, and I believe get behavior tree was... Oh wait, no, it actually did. It did say it. It's an inline. It's an inline. It's not it's not a defined method. It's an inline method. So get behavior tree returns the behavior tree. And from what I can recall, behavior tree is a component that is created on this yeah. that is created in this constructor, I believe. So, oh wait, no, it's not. I'm wrong. Hello, hey, hey. How's the EA been? You probably saw that I was constantly opening and closing when I was trying to soft reset. Okay, no, it is not. Okay, I remember now. So it's not a thing that is created as a default default sub object. It is a thing that I actually set the value of. So now, oh, you got mega apps. Oh, you've gotten to that point. You've gotten to that point in the game. Oh yeah, Monster Hunter's title coming out next month. Yeah, in a month. It's a month, I think. I need to update my PC. Here's the thing. Like, I could have done it before today, but then I thought, wait, if I sorted out like things for upgrading to Windows 11 before stream and it causes problems with stream, I'd be so upset. So I'm gonna wait until tomorrow when I get in from doing stuff to finalize upgrading this to Windows 11, because the reason why, and you know, like, this is a thing that's happening as a consequence of, you know, being a Windows Andy. As a result of Microsoft ending support for Windows 10, there is a possibility that some of the games, Capcom, and also Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, there is a possibility that they will experience compatibility issues with Windows 10 as a result of future updates that they receive. One example is that the last time I tried to play Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 with Dragon, shit would just not work at all. Like, the online would not properly work at all because of compatibility issues the game now has with Windows 10. And also, I don't know if it was, like, revealed that, oh yeah, Windows 10 and Monster Hunter Wilds will have issues, though that probably would explain some of the issues I had the last time I tried to play it on stream, even though that was also kind of partly my internet being fucky. They also announced that, oh yeah, Street Fighter 6, if you're playing on Windows 10, because Microsoft has ended support for Windows 10, you may experience compatibility issues in the, like, as a result of future updates. So, if I want to be able to continue playing, like, Street Fighter and Monster Hunter, maybe Xenoverse 2, smoothly without, you know, any compatibility issues, it's essentially forced my hand. I'm gonna have to upgrade to Windows 11, and luckily, I finally figured out all the kinks to be able to do that, so I can do that when I get in tomorrow. Anyway, so here I can just, like, behavior tree is its own variable, its own edit anywhere variable in the enemy class. So going back to this, so if I go into the engine, at the moment, the temp NPC is, you know, a blueprint class. It's not a class that inherits from a C++ class yet, though if I wanted to streamline this and make this easier to sort of gain access to stuff, I could, oh yeah, no, I remember now. There is a specific thing in the BP dialogue component, because it essentially takes in the dialogue box class and the dialogue tree. But that one's, like, individual per, like, whatever object you apply it to. Anyway, but if I wanted to, like, make, you know, the whole rigmarole of doing the behavior tree stuff easier, I could just, you know, sorry. You know what? Screw it. If, in order to make this less of a hassle, I'm gonna make a base class for this to inherit from. so I can just make this less stressful. Even... I'd rather... I mean, I know the option's there, but... I'd rather not, to be fair. Not at the moment. If I ever felt the real need to do that, I would do that. So let me think. At the moment, there is... the TP player character... .h. And from what I remember... ATP character base. So I would need to inherit or have it or have the NPC class inherit from the TP character class. So I'm gonna quickly get that set up. So I'm gonna go back into the engine even though I haven't switched the screen. Public. I'm going to create a class derived from this. TP underscore NPC base. Or I'm just going to call it TP underscore. Also, am I going to get a GameCube? Oh no, a GameCube. Oh, you're talking about the Steam machine. I might, though it feels like it'll be a fucking fuck ton of money. Like, good lord. I don't need the NPC dialogue controller out there at the moment, so it's the enemy controller, and then the enemy has the thingamajiggy. So I mean, it's Valve. They could charge 200 and still make 400. To be fair, yeah, no. I feel like there's interesting opportunities presented with it. You know, we just have to wait and see. Anyway, my brain should be braining, but at the moment it's not braining. I'm trying to look at what I've done. Also, Half-Life 3 is like, there is the rumors that Half-Life 3 is finally real. I am aware of the rumors that Half-Life 3 is finally real. I'm trying to think. I also need to get the bloody tutorial I was following back up on my phone again, because, like, I need to refresh my memory on stuff, and then I need to translate, like, whatever what they were doing from blueprint to code. And, guys, you're not going to believe this. Or is it use black? Oh yeah, no. That shit. That shit's hilarious. Wait. Hold on a moment. Use... wait, no, that's not it. It's in dialogue and component, which means... if I go into... like, in actuality, maybe I don't need the script that I just made. I'm actually not in the... I should refocus. Lord, it's been a week, and I'm such a shambles. I'm so sorry. To be fair, it could be worse. And I need to actually remember, if I go into the The dialogue component. I may actually need to do things now. So, if I wasn't doing things already, then that's kind of concerning. Also, what song is this? Oh, it's Animal Crossing. Is... Oh, it's New Leaf. That's why I haven't played New Leaf. But anyway, new property, edit anywhere, because I specifically. Oh wait, no, I don't need this edit anywhere. I need this to be blueprint read right. Cyber Monday's coming up. Don't buy games on Steam for a week. Meta equals allow private access. Right, this should be fine. I was about to say, I'm fairly certain I pressed that run button. I wondered why it took a moment. Concerning. Also, for like an outside looking in sort of like moment for people who don't work in retail, it is getting to that golden time of year where it's getting closer and closer to Christmas, and shops are, you know, getting ram-packed full of people, and I'm experiencing that possibly every weekend now, up until, you know, when Christmas finishes and everyone stops buying shit. God. And I have to wonder how much my work, made today. Has to be a fair amount considering the fact that it was just absolutely chock-a-block full of people. Like, honest to God. It was an absolute mad rush again today. Retail. Anyway, now I should be able to get... Oh wait, I'm not in the engine, it's... There we go, get dialogue AI controller. Use Blackboard. Right. Now that has to make me wonder, am I silly? And the answer to your question might shock you. So I'm going to close that for now. Go back in here. Chat, I got bad news. Are we... I am absolutely bloody silly. Are you serious? Okay, right. After after trying to think of the long-winded solution, the solution was actually much simpler than this. Well, that's the beauty of games development. Sometimes you think you've found the solution, but in actuality, it's more complicated than, you know, the actual literal easiest option. But you know, this is a learning experience. So the friend I have wants me to go. Oh no. Oh no, 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 not Happy Chaos. No. Day, what the fuck? You had one job. You had one job, and that was to make sure they didn't pick Happy Chaos. What the fuck? They are really liking it. At the very least, they're enjoying it. Yeah, I know, but... One job. Make sure they don't pick Happy Chaos. Oh wait, actually, now that you tried, okay. At the very least you tried. But wait, does it take use Blackboard, takes Blackboard data and Blackboard component in class AI controller? At least it's not Johnny. Or Pot. Yeah, I guess. See, it could have been what? It could have been what? No. It could have been Chip. Then they take too much chip damage. So use Blackboard takes in... Is there multiple versions of this? Like, I'm gonna go to Declaration of Usages. Find component by class. Blackboard component equals... Chip is said to be good this patch. Oh yeah, no. To be fair, because of the changes they made. But at the same time... Right, but it requires a Blackboard data. So, class... U Blackboard data. And then we need... U property, edit, anywhere. I don't think I need it to be blueprint read write, so U Blackboard data pointer dialog Blackboard. Right. Sadly, it requires a Blackboard component. Makes AI use the specific Blackboard asset. I wonder, can I create a temporary variable to do this? I'll forward declare it in here first. Class U Blackboard component. I better know. Oh right. To be fair, Dragon loves that character as well. Let's see. If I do this, so U Blackboard component pointer. BB comp. Call it BB comp. Is this gonna say local B? Yeah, no, we know. Does this help? Now, this probably won't work. This is probably gonna crash horribly. Maybe. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, when we actually run this, I know it won't crash the engine on startup. Because, you know, imagine that, but holy, I have the strongest feeling in my bones that, like, as old as they are, that this is going to end horribly when I try to run this properly. Even though I'm 25, you know, the weight of being in your mid-20s really hurts. Okay, and then if I go into this NPC, go into the dialogue component, dialogue Blackboard, yes, right. BB... Oh wait, I haven't even focused the bloody window. Look at me go. Look at me go. This is gonna crash! It did not! It's still called. Oh yeah, access none. We're trying to speak. BTT dialogue speak. Access none. Trying to read. Well, that doesn't help me. Oh. Wait. If I go into BT dialogue tree 1, dialogue widget. We're both Gen Z. This is an example dialogue line. Hello. Right, let's try that again. Is this happening? No, it's not happening on... Right, it needs to... Okay. So, access none, so speak. Speak text. So access none. Wait, but what do you mean access none? What's going on? So node, speak graph, event function, BTT dialog speak. This is concerning. So because of course that's passed in, but then again, it might not actually be... I might be forgetting something important here. Oh wait, no, I forgot. There's a thing that there is a crucial step I forgot. I just realized I need to actually set this value. At the moment, like whenever I'm trying to run this, it is just nothing because it has not been set. Silly me. I should remember that in order for Blackboard values to actually, you know, have or Blackboard keys to actually have a value, you need to set them. So I'm gonna stop running the engine. Use Blackboard. I'm pretty sure bb comp set value. Yep, I can do that now. And I'm hoping that if I attempt to do this, this doesn't die. So this is gonna be bb comp set value, and I'm pretty sure it's set value as object because it is an object key. Sending me a DM. I think I broke the game. What do you mean you broke the game? Oh. Oh no. Oh no, I had this happen at like literally one time when I was playing through ZA. Literally one time as I was playing through ZA, I had an NPC. I had a trainer just break, and they wouldn't send out their next Pokemon. But I had to turn the game off and back on. That happened to me literally only the one time. Thank God, but you had to walk away. Oh, wait, so I didn't have to. Wow, I did not know that. Right. Right, okay, so dialog box widget. Okay, right. So set value as object. So it requires two. I can't remember. So it takes an f name. And it takes in a value, or an object as a value. So, and now I need to go back into the engine. Like, I need to come back and fill this in because I need... The thing with set value as object in the code, or just set value as object in general, because this also applies if you're just doing, like, this behavior tree and Blackboard stuff in the blueprints too. You need the exact name of a Blackboard value that you're trying to set. Because if you don't, then it is wrong. It will not work. It is just dialog widget. Right. That was literally the only reason why we were coming back into the engine. It was just to grab this. And then we do this thingamabob. Now that we've done this little bit of setup, I'm hoping that this works now. And if not, then I will be very concerned. Right. Engine is up and running. Now it's going to crash. Oh yeah, it's still collapsed. It's still collapsed. Because I remember now, it's still basically collapsed. And then there's one last thing that I need to do. So on dialog exit callback, I still... So, dialog, AI controller, get brain component. Is this... Oh, it's a U... Oh, it's actually just a U brain component. Ah! Stop logic. And for some reason, it's required to take an F string. So I'm just gonna leave it blank. Oh, hi. Oh. Oh. And then add to viewport dialog box. All right, so dialog box widget remove from parent. I forgot this. This is the one thing that I need to do, or the one thing that we need to do whenever we are finished with any dialogue interaction. We need to remove this from the parent so it actually, you know, gets removed. Otherwise it would just... Right. Okay, so... do that. And then reopen, because this needs to be reflected. Okay, right. So in the thingamajig, do hickamabob, just to refresh my memory. Player dialogue system. It's, I believe, in the dialogue. Thinking. I'm literally... my brain has just stopped. Right. Okay. It was set dialogue state. I don't know. Is this being called anywhere? Find references. Find... oh, aha! Okay, so if I go... speak, set text. Oh my god, I'm an absolute goof. Hold. Event graph. I completely forgot this. I completely forgot this! No! Right, this should work. This should 100% work. Yay! We've got a dialogue box showing up on the screen with my sample text. I completely forgot about that one thing. Oh god, sorry, I was also tapped out. But at the moment, we don't have a way of moving the dialogue forward. So... that's the part we need to get to. jeez. Sorry about that. So, dialogue system, behavior tree. Now, so we have a speak task. Can I just? I'm just gonna do this for the sake of making it look neat. Now we need another behavior tree task, but this is dialogue tree tasks. BTT underscore dialogue reply, and we specifically need this for allowing the player to reply to an NPC. So events receive execute AI. Now in terms whoops. Okay, so if I look at, because I need to reference the original speak task. So this one's Blackboard key. Yeah, it's still. Yeah, it's still right. So I think, yeah, I still need a text. I still need the dialogue widget as a Blackboard key, but then I also need the reply index, because if you remember, there is a reply index as one of our Blackboard keys as well. So gonna go into and also, just to be sure, because this needs to be the same, Blackboard key selector, and then another one that's going to be and then we need text. So text. And simply put, that's going to be a text variable. Do this, and do this. Though I don't think reply index needs to actually be right. So I'm going to copy these. Oh, wait. I'm going to copy all of these. Throw them in here. Oh, whoops. And then I'm going to say reply. Not replay, reply! So, we've got the arrays. Array of types. Oh wait, I completely forgot about pure casts. I completely forgot. Because we already know that this is going to be true in this case, so just going to throw that there. Right. Okay, right. Each loop, and then... Ooh. You have news for me? Like... I was gonna make a joke about the bloody old, like, that one TV show, Have I Got News for You, but just don't. Don't ask. Oh, well, congratulations, but also, I thought what would happen special. Oh, it's Donkey Kong 64. I just had to wait for the notes. My brain stopped like, wait, this sounds familiar. Yeah, I know. Oh, ad break starts in a few minutes. So, and then we add an item. However, so I'm gonna be honest, like with following this tutorial and also like implementing the dialogue system in this way, this is the first ever time that I've ever used list views. So this is me also learning that in order to actually add a thing to a list view, after clearing it, you have to be able to create a new object to throw into there. So... Right, so we've got... oh, wait. Bracket, curly bracket, text, curly bracket, close bracket. And then we just throw text in there. And using this format specifier means that, oh yeah, we can add like brackets to the front, like the start and the end of whatever text we throw in here. I love to... Oh, that's reminded me. I can't wait for the new Tomodachi Life game. I can't fucking wait. That's gonna be great. Listening to the song... Like, hearing the song reminds me that it's going to exist next year. And that makes me happy. But... they still don't have like an actual release date locked in. I need it! I need it, I need it, I need it, I need it, I need it. Fucking need it. Sorry. um, yeah, no. Also, small note, I don't know if people have been keeping an eye on the VODs channel. I've been super slow with catching up with, like, my backlog of VODs, and I sincerely apologize. I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting to do that. I'm gonna get on top of it again, and hopefully in the very near future they will be uploaded anyway. The ads are starting. I'll be back in a few minutes, so hang on tight. We'll be back very shortly. Right, I'm back. Okay. Oh, wait, I need to get myself comfortable again. Right. Why does YouTube Mobile hate me? Right, so I need to make a class that needs to be added to this next. So go dialogue system, blueprint, object. This is going to be BP. Well, hello. Oh, ouch. Right. There we go. Oh, almost lost it. Construct. So and then throw in the reply here. We just do that, throw that there, and then pass that in. And then right. Sign unclicked. Unclicked event. Oh shit. Right, okie doke. Shit. And then set it to reply, because then otherwise it won't. And then I've lost where I'm going. BTT dialog reply. So dialog widget, of course, dialog widget reply index is reply index, and then I have not died, not yet. I don't know. Give me about I'd say maybe 70 years average. But dying on the inside, that happens. That can happen very often. But yeah, no, I plan to make I plan to make me being alive people's problems for as long as I can possibly do that. Should I play the Vita before bed? If it helps you fall asleep more easily, that is your decision. I'm assuming you're still playing Minecraft on the Vita. There we go, and we're gonna be a bit silly with it. We're gonna be a bit silly with the replies that we give. And the next thing might delete the other one. Ah, okay. Brain. Right, so on mouse button down. So we've got this event now. You shouldn't download random games off of PSN. Right. So switch on e-dialogue state. So we're checking whether or not we're speaking. We only want to be able to just, you know, click and then advance the dialogue if we're in the speaking state. So, I'm wondering, because at the moment I have things set up to work with like mouse and keyboard. What is the equivalent of on mouse button down for controller? Is mouse button down. So input, and then we say mouse, left mouse button. So we're checking if it is the left mouse button and not the right one. And then only then. Call on speak finished. And now, as far as I remember, if I go back into the code, actually, I might be silly. We do get a bit silly here. Right, so it inherits from this, on speak finished. Right, I remember now. So on speak finished is this. or defined in the base class. Lapse. Find references. Right, I don't think there's any. Oh wait, whoops. Anyway, I was trying to see if there was any references to this in the blueprints. There's definitely not. So I need to remember. TP dialog box widget. Find usages. That doesn't help me. This doesn't help me. Minecraft is dope on the CRT, though. To be fair, I could imagine the vibes being pretty immaculate, like playing Minecraft on the CRT. Oh, sorry, just a moment, chat. Oh wait, no. That's I remember now. It hasn't been defined. It has, like, no. There's no there. There hasn't been any like callbacks bound in any like point within C++. Okay, now I'm remembering now. See, I remember. So I need to move this forward and bind evenet to okay, so I can't bind anything I can unbind, or call, but I can't. Right, so something needs to be adjusted. Blueprint rewrite. It is public, so... How to... Alright. There is another video on this. If it will load, is choosing not to want to load. Oh wait, all right, okay, I've gotten the gist of it now. It is blueprint assignable, so to be fair, I may as well make these all blueprint assignable. I don't think they do need to be blueprint assignable. But you know what? It doesn't hurt to have the blueprint assignable. Okay, so I need to make sure that everything is saved in the engine. Back, am I winning? I think so. Very big, I think so. Engine getting prepped for the next title update, are you? Right, so now this should be possible. So if I do sign on speak finished, bind event, oh yeah, it doesn't finish executing. Event. Oh, it's not event. It's right. Okie doke. Right. Throw those there, and then ooh. And the reason why we're unbinding from on speak finished is so that, like, once this happens, is so that we don't constantly trigger this whenever we just, you know, click down the left mouse button, basically. Right, so now if I run this... Right, and we have this showing up now. We have the reply box showing up. But at the moment, we don't have... Well, we don't have our, you know, actual text showing up yet. So we need to sort that next bit out. Resident Evil 9 is only... Oh, yeah, no, it's not... It really isn't that long until Requiem comes out. God. Holy shit, that's... Actually, a fair amount of time has gone by since that was revealed. Oh, wow. Right. A friend played in... Oh! Right, scooch this all over, and then on reply finished. So on reply finished. So it was actually kind of good that I did decide to just make them all blueprint assignable. So throw this down here. So selective reply option. And then once again, we're still unbinding from the on-reply finished event, so I need to... Every single time I keep thinking, oh, this is going to copy the node as it is, but it doesn't copy the node as it is, because this node is supposed to be a pure cast. Whenever I copy and paste, it doesn't paste it as a pure cast, it pastes it as a default cast, which is, like, it's not too frustrating, but it is a little bit, like, why can't you just be the exact same as the there? So right. So in speak. Yep. So it's unbind event from on reply finished. And then of course it is itself, so we're unbinding from itself. Just so we make sure we get that done first. Right. And then we actually hear... Oh, whoopsie daisy. Get... Set... Blackboard value as an integer. And then the selected reply that we have here, we're just going to throw that as the value. So that's just going to be the value that we throw in there. And then we also want to finish execute and say, yep, this was successful. We've done this now. So we can finally move on and stuff. Oh, whoops. Right. Where is blueprints, widgets, dialogue? Because there is the dialogue entry, which is like this. Oh, this is the sample response for the player thing. That exists because of this widget being created. Right. Right, so next bit. Oh, whoops. Oh, ow, ow, my hair. Ah! Right, so next we do this thingamajiggy. So the list item object. So first we take this, we cast to WB, so BP underscore dialog reply object. So we cast it to this. And then we promote to variable. And that's just going to be called that, which is simple enough. Going to take this, apply text. Oh, ripple text, sorry. And then in dialog reply object, wait, why is it not letting me? Blueprints. Person spawn. Oh, I am right. Now, hopefully, this should work. So if we do this, click this, Q, this is an example. Yay! So we've actually got our, like, replies showing now, because now, to explain what's happening there, whenever a reply is called, which is, you know, this is the thing that's called whenever we actually run the behavior tree task for replying, or the dialogue reply behavior tree task. We throw in the replies that we wrote in the actual behavior tree itself. Oh, wait. In the actual behavior tree itself. Because we have dialogue widget, of course, the reply index, but then we also have the array of replies, which can either be, you know, it could be just 2, it could be 3, it could be 4, so on and so forth. But we wrote these replies here, and then when we call reply from the behavior tree task, first we clear whatever previous list items we had in that list view. Then, for each of the entries in the replies array that we pass through here, we format the text, we create the object, and then we add that to the list view, and then, you know, we bind the event, we set the dialog state to reply, so, you know, it actually displays the thing. But in the... I've lost it. I've lost the plot. Oh, dialog entry. Whenever this list object is set, or this WBP entry is set, or whenever a list entry is set, because this is still used for, if I go back into the WBP dialog, go into the designer, go to where the list view is, because we implemented that interface, this is used, this is able to be used as the entry widget class. So whenever an entry is registered, it will display one of these, like, little widget buttons. And whenever, like, one of those buttons is made, we can get the list object, cast that to the, like, the object that was added to the list, get, you know, the actual, like, text that was stored in it, and set the actual button text to this. I know that sounds long-winded, and I'm sorry. I'm trying to explain this in as quick a way as possible so I don't linger too long. Oops. Anyway, whoops. Unhovered. Oh, set. Never mind. I'm gonna make this its own variable too. Oh, no, don't like that. Hovered text color. So hovered text color. And then take this. Set this. And then gonna get this, make it its own variable as well. And then default text color. Okay, so these are variables that can be set as well. So hover text color, I want that to be white. And then default text color, I don't know the hex code or the RGBA values for what the text is at the moment. So we got, to be fair, can I copy? I can copy, cool. I think. Go back. Playing Guilty Gear's Monster Hunter was taking too long to load. Oh, right. And then default text color. There we go. So now, when we do that... Hey! That looks a lot better. It's just the little things. It's the little things that make it a little bit more neat, if that makes sense. Next, we want an on-click event, because otherwise we can't do anything. Shellfish, large charged chestnut, and a command dash out of eyes. Why am I hungry? Right, new parameter. Did I eat yet? I have eaten. It's just been a while, yeah. BP dialog reply object. I need a snack. Yeah. Probably. Oh, ow. Right. Next thing is... Because as is probably obvious, even though, like, oh, we've set up an on-click event, nothing actually happens in response to that, because at the moment, nothing is listening to that other, like, Oh, whoops. To that other, like, on-clicked that exists, like, as a result of defining this in the dialog reply object. And then we have this. Right. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Get index for item. We've... whoops. And then throw in that. And we're essentially... Oh yeah, we passed in whatever object was clicked. We check the list view for that object. And, you know, because it will likely exist in there, we will get the index for that item wherever it is in the list view, and then we throw it in on reply finished. And then, if you remember, in the reply, this is where one... I say this is where one. This is where on reply finished is bound, or where this is bound to that event. So we first unbind it, then we set the blackboard value, and then we finish execute. But then we need something else to happen, I believe. And then I'm assuming that this is where we start using selectors, because if we want more options, then we need to, you know, select based on, oh yeah, the index is this, or the index is that. And then we're gonna use the decorator to check, oh yeah, the number is this, or the number is that, or the number is this and that. Well, it can't be this and that. It has to be one of how many, you know, replies we have. But for the sake of I say for the sake of argument, for the sake of tutorial, this is just going to be... And on the first one, it was... So this is going to be that. And then we're going to make another one. Connect that. And then create... Oh, wait, no. Make a third one. And then this last one will be... Maybe you should get some more sleep in the future. And at the moment, nothing is helping to select this. So, I'm gonna make a decorator, or we don't have to, like, blackboard. So blackboard base condition. So blackboard, so reply index is equal to 0. Just going to copy this, going to paste this. Reply index is 1. And then we're going to paste this again. And then say reply index is equal to 2. Because indexing, of course, begins at 0. Much like everything with lists and such in programming. Now... Right. So now this should work. So oh, and at the moment we don't have a way of exiting the dialogue tree, so at the moment it just infinitely repeats. So if I click this, it will say, "Thank you for your friendly reply, goodbye." And then we just loop background. This is an example dialogue line. Hello. This is another reply? Oh, it's you. Oh, I guess you didn't want to interact with me. Sorry. And then we have the last one, which is, this is my third reply. I'm so tired. Maybe you should get some more sleep in the future. So at the moment, we are stuck in an endless dialogue with the NPC because we don't have a way of aborting it. Also, just a moment, chat. Right, okay, next bit. But then again, sequence. So drag reply 0 up here, put this there. And then I need a sequence for each one of these options. Because in order to actually be able to exit out the dialogue tree, we need to be able to have an exit task. And at the moment, we don't have an exit task. So... And then that needs to happen immediately after the speak task. So... I did not mean to grab that one. Whoops. Eh. Um. Right, so we got that. We got we need to make an exit task. BTT underscore dialogue exit event receive execute. And then once again, we get dialogue widget. We get blackboard key selector. Once again. Right. And we already have an exit function. So... Oh, ow. Ow, 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 ow. My brain... I think it's slowly getting to the point of night where it's like... I get distracted. Right. The moment that just does that. I don't even know if we've bound on exit. Expose on spawn. But I think we might have already done that. That might be the one thing in the code that we actually, you know, bound in code. So if I say exit. Right, dialogue widget. For this. For this. So each of these sequences now have their own exit nodes. Also, ad break starts in about a minute and 40 seconds. And if I want to quickly check the code. If I say on exit. That's not it. Oh, yeah, no, I do. On exit dialogue callback. So I did define it within the dialogue component. So this theoretically should now work. So if I go... Yay! Now we can leave! So we have the basic fundamentals for the dialogue system, aside from, you know, extra little bits of flair, like being able to change the angle of the camera. I don't have that yet. But we can sort that out. Oh wait, I forgot I did not change the screen. I am silly. Fuck. I'm gonna have to shut this off after the ad break. I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, we're back. Very quickly, because where is the bloody thing? Because I realized that I didn't actually have the engine sort of focused in on when I was, like, actually looking to see if things were working. I was just saying, oh wow, it did it, without, you know, people actually seeing it. So, we're gonna walk over to the NPC. Gonna press the button. We've got, this is an example dialogue line, hello. And then we've got, this is one reply, hello. And this is another reply, oh, it's you. And this is my third reply, I'm so tired. And now, instead of it looping back round like it used to, say, maybe you should get some sleep in the future. And then, you know, and now, you know, it actually exits, and then we can leave. We can leave and move away from the NPC. And what we basically have there is the basis for dialogue and whatnot. At the moment, we don't have, like, anything that could be like, oh yeah, oh yeah, I'm going to do this when you finish my dialogue, or, I'm going to move from one point to another when the dialogue finishes, or something along those lines. However, I feel like that is a matter of, I could specifically make those particular tweaks to things within blueprints or within code itself. But at the very least, we have the framework. We have a basic dialogue system. And now with that, I can start doing, you know, the things that I outlined previously about actually giving, like, little signs that the players can read in the tutorial or the little test level to actually say, oh yeah, this is how you play, this is how you do this, and this is how you do that. So I basically have one of the most important ways to give information to the player. So I know it took like 3 streams to do that, or 3 or 4 streams, I can't remember, but hey, we did it! So, now that we've gotten that done, I'm going to wrap things up here, because it is 11 o'clock and I do want to chill for the rest of the evening before I, you know, wake up in the morning and get on with some bits. So, yes, thank you ever so much for being here, I really appreciate it. Next stream will be, well, because of how things are happening with my lecture being on Wednesday, I will say that the next stream will be in a week, so next Sunday, another Game Dev Sunday. I promise I will figure this, like, little readjustment period out, and we'll have something that's kind of close to what I had before, but, of course, you know, factoring in the fact that I'm just gonna be busy with a whole bunch of coursework and stuff. But yes, thank you ever so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it, and as always, I'll see you all again in the very next one, so until then, take care of yourselves, and have a good day or night, depending on where you are. Bye-bye!